Hi, everybody. This is Sam Hunter at Hunter's Design Studio. And today I'm at the Monatavilla Sewing Center in Lake Oswego in Oregon, close to Portland, with Irena. And we're going to go over a bunch of different sewing machines today so that we can help you make a better choice when you're shopping for a sewing machine. Alrighty? So if I was a new quilter and I was coming into this and I'd perhaps made one quilt and I'm bitten by the bug. Okay, I'm bitten by the bug. Now I'm going to be a quilter.
You're our customer.
I'm going to be a quilter. This machine is going to see you through for quite some time.
Yes.
You're not going to outgrow this one for a while.
Unless you realize, oh, here is my baby quilt. How do I
get a baby quilt underneath
throat?
There? Yeah.
So that's when usually people trade up and they come and say, hey, I love this machine. And many of them like, I'm not giving it up, but I want everything I have, but I need space. And that's when from basic computerized machine, you go to the next level of machines, and each brand on the market now, every single brand has a middle line, which means from traditional about 6.5-inch throat, you go to 8-inch throat.
Okay.
So, and like from here, you go to 8-inch throat. That
we come up
now,
here.
Now we have this size, and now we have this size.
The Skylines, yeah.
And this happened to be Skyline series, and there are multiple models, and also very, very popular machines. Besides the fact that they're excellently, very, nicely built, features are amazing. You can buy a little bit less, but again, computerized, everything is preset. Now they offer you more what you can do. There are memories and alphabet you can put together for little labels, and functions like sensor system when foot electronically go down when you push foot control, or if you decide you stop with needle down position, it will raise your foot into pivoting. So again, imagine doing applique and how many times you stop, put your needle down, raise your foot, pivot your fabric, put your foot down, sew 2 stitches, repeat all the time. So with this option now you can go like that.
Oh, and it lifts it automatically with needle down.
My hands always on the project. I don't manage machine. I just focus on my project.
Yeah, okay.
Especially when you work with the more stitches like applique stitches, the same blanket stitch. When you need to know specifically where a sequence is finished, you can control every tiny stitch by tap on the foot control, and it will raise it and finish that single stitch, and with needle staying down.
Wonderful.
So, and when you cut, it will raise your foot. So, an 8-inch throat, again, great. People love it.
I've gotten a queen size through that. I have.
It
wasn't a fun day, though.
It was physically.
It was not a fun day. But I have gotten a queen size quilt through
and
something that size.
And our customers come and show us quilts they've done even on smaller machines. Yeah. It's amazing.
It's amazing.
And dedication, dedication and attitude, and you're up to great things. So it's incredible. But then if people, after they experience that, they want to have bigger throat, then they go even to higher machines.
So when I was looking to move out of my basic machine, I started on like an old, this is 35 years ago, on a $200 Kenmore machine with 4 stitches that was a discontinued floor model. And I moved from there to an early Janome that didn't have, I don't think it had needle up, needle down, but one of the things that I wanted when I felt that I was outgrowing that machine is I said I wanted a knee lift, I wanted a thread cutter, I wanted needle up, needle down, and I wanted space. Speed and space were always the 2 things that I was always after, speed and space. So talk to us about a knee lift and so why you might want one.
So what I showed you right here, electronic, that's what a knee lift becomes, right?
Okay.
But if you don't have that electronic feature, that's what knee lift is
and you
for.
Go here.
Because you go with your
knee, second set of hands.
Yeah, a second hand. Yeah, so your hands again on the project, but you pivot your fabric. You control your fabric when you stop with needle down by moving your knee. Yeah. So knee lift is very, very handy. And again, a lot of machines offer that option as well if they don't have electronic lift. And all machines with electronic lift, they still come with knee lift.
They still come with a knee lift?
Because some brands...
Because we're just used to it now.
We used to, but also for some certain functions, because some models and some brands allow you to control, for example, you're doing free motion with zigzag. So that knee lift controls width of zigzag as you do in your free motion.
Oh,
So that makes it very interesting.
wow.
So, and
Okay.
for that you need knee lift, electronic
Okay.
lift, and that doesn't do. Knee lift is important. We have a semi-industrial
So yeah,
straight
let's
stitch.
talk about this guy because
It's a
this
whole
one
different
is
animal.
so popular in the quilting
Very,
world.
very
The
popular.
Juki, it's a mechanical machine. It's a straight stitch.
Mhm.
Juki was one of the first people to make it. I have the Genomi's version of the
Janome, I
same.
think, and Juki both.
Yeah,
They
it's
had
the
it
same
for
machine, just
very
a
long.
different skin.
They are built differently though.
Okay.
They are built differently. It's two different brands,
Okay.
but idea identical. Yeah, it's a
Okay,
straight
yeah.
stitch only. It's semi-industrial. They use the same ankle. It's called DB hook, so the same height of feet actually you
Okay.
can use. They use industrial kind of like type of a bobbin, recon style bobbin. Needle goes differently in. You thread it from left to
From the
right.
side, yes.
Yeah.
It's not this
So,
way,
and
it's
that's
this
how
way.
industrial machines are.
Yeah.
And yes, it's purely mechanical, but tiny bit of electronics somehow there. And I can't really explain it in more details, but needle up, needle down, and a cutter is there. So again, features that you wanted.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Handy to have. And benefit of semi-industrial, for example, over regular home sewing machines is the fact that it goes faster. It goes 1,500 stitches per minute. Or Sam's option, Janome model, goes 1,600 stitches per minute. That's why it's called 1,600p. So, and again, and very powerful, very strong, very fast, and stitch length goes up to 6 millimeters for basting, which home sewing machines do not offer that.
Yeah.
So, and it works with knee lift. So hands on the project, knee lift is there, very, 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 very fast.
If I recall, my Janome does not drop its feed dogs. This is another feature that we can talk about. When you're learning how to do free motion quilting on a domestic machine or a machine that you have at home, one of the things we do is we drop the feed dogs. So how your machine creates its stitch is ziggy-zaggy bits that are on the underneath and a foot that's on the top. And while this is going up and down, the ziggy-zaggy bits are pulling your fabric through. Okay, when we're doing free motion, we can drop those out of the way and they won't be doing it. So you can then take the fabric and
float.
Draw. It's like drawing on paper, but you're drawing with the paper, not with the crayon. Okay. My Janome does not drop its feed dogs.
Exactly. That's why your Janome is Janome product, and this is Juki. Juki does drop feed dogs.
Juki does drop its feed dogs.
And takes it out of the way completely by pushing this little lever. And
you can see here these feet go
dogs
away right
down.
Here. And I'll pull them back up again. We probably have to take a stitch though for them to come, right? Yeah, there they go. Yeah.
In Janome world, you have little plate that goes over and covers them.
Yeah, I've actually taped a business card over it.
Oh,
just honestly a business card with a hole punched in the middle.
Without borders.
Yes, just tape that.
There is a little plate though. It came with your machine.
It did?
Yes.
Okay, I'll have to go look for it. The other thing about that, and the reason why it hasn't really been a huge problem for me with the Janome, is when I went from the machines that I could quilt on to the machine that had far less features, I stopped quilting my own things.
Oh.
I went to long armors.
Okay.
As I started quilting by check, as I call it, I started hiring out my quilting. So the speed, space, needle up, needle down cutter.
That's basic.
Yeah, space began to not be as critical to me.
Yeah. But also with the semi-industrial, you actually have 9-inch throat, so it's not that little.
No.
Not that little. So a lot of people love to do free motion because free motion feels a bit smoother if your machine has the ability to go fast.
Okay, yeah.
So, and you do have bigger throat, but of course, if you have somebody long arm world, it's a whole different.
It's a whole different thing.
It's a whole different thing, and it's wonderful. Why not? We can use beautiful computerized quilting.
So if I was a beginning quilter also, and I'm coming in Irena, I want to buy a machine, but I think I might want to make the occasional garment. We wouldn't actually steer them towards this guy
because it does not do any overcast, it does not do any buttonholes, essential things for garments as well. So usually when people come in, the first question we ask, what would you like to sew?
What do you want to sew?
Yeah, what would main focus, because every machine will sew garment, every machine will quilt. It's the same machine that can do both. But as you go deeper and you think about, but do I need this and that and that? Do I want overcast and then do I want to do buttonhole? You discover there are a little bit better option of how to make that happen, and that becomes a priority.
So now I do sew garments on my
which are absolutely a great machine to sew garments on.
Exactly.
She just will not do buttons. She will put
Yeah.
zippers
Oh,
everywhere.
no. No, I pay other people to do that. But this is what I wanted to point out to you is this machine has a really big bed on it. Okay.
And metal.
And it's metal. They're actually a beast to carry around. They're very, very heavy. But on a machine that you do want to make a garment on, we have what we call the free arm.
Correct.
See how little that is? And the reason why we have that is so that you could actually put a sleeve on here and sew it.
Or a pair of pants.
Or a pair of pants, yeah.
Leg.
It's not that you can't get it done on there. It's just a
yeah.
lot less elegant.
Yeah, it's just the convenience of it. In a lot of ways, the most serious sewers, this become additional to all other collection of machines they have.
Yes.
Which that's the case. We will not mention names. And it's not me, no. No, I have multiple machines as well.
You begin to become a collector of machines as well as
fabrics. Because like many tools, like your cooking tools, the same way. One pot is for this, one baking pan is for that, and scissors, fabric scissors, paper scissors, or garage scissors.
Okay.
So it's all different. But for basic person who quilts and sews garments at the same time, like this would be wonderful. Basic computerized option is a great option because again, if you get to those buttonholes, they're stitched automatically. They're magical that way. And there are different shapes because mechanical will not do different shapes. Mechanical does only one rectangle. So this one does give you that option. And if you feel like, but I am a quilter and that's what I want to do, and I want to do more than garments and I need free motion. So right away they will consider at least 8-inch throat machines, which we're right here. Or there are 10-inch throat machines, or there are 11, depending on the brand. There are different sizes, but you will go probably from 6.5 inch, you will go to something, whatever next level is good. And depends on the price.
I have
point.
the early version of this guy. Of the
and this this model existed on the market in a little bit different color scheme and model numbers for a long time, and now it's called 6700P, and it's 10-inch throat. It's also flatbed, just like a Juki. Goes about 1200 stitches per minute, and has also very wonderful features for garment sewing, bag making, quilting, of course. And also, when you buy a machine, one thing you will also consider and see what accessories it comes with.
Oh, absolutely.
Because you don't want to buy a machine with one single foot on the machine and nothing else.
And then you have to go invest in all of the different feet.
So the very first basic computerized, we talked about little attachments that already come, and it's over $200 worth packaged in the box. So when you go with this level, what accessories it comes with. And of course, we will show you that there is a box of accessories. When you open, they're going to be all possible. Like this particular model comes with at least 3, 4, 5 free motion feet, because you want open toe, closed toe, echo foot, ruler foot. It all is. So Genome carefully kind of thinks about it, and they're very generous in their packaging. So there are going to be walking feet, but like in Genome world, you have not just one option of walking foot. There is a wide walking foot, there is a narrow walking foot, there is a zigzag, there is a straight stitch walking foot, and it's tiny and skinny and beautiful for home deck, quilting, binding, everything. And there are more. There are needle plates. That's another thing you will consider if you're a quilter. It's like, I need my straight stitch needle plate. And again, depending where you're going, but many machines, many brands now offer that with their purchase as well.
Wow.
So
yeah, that's a much more significant box of goodies than mine came with. Mine was this,
and a lot of time people ask, like, what else do I need to buy? It's like, well, let's figure out what else you might sew. Do you sew leather? Like, because leather needle plate and Teflon foot, foot that glides beautifully. It doesn't come with it. Maybe then they will consider additional. But as a base, there is everything. 1/4 inch foot guide and no guide comes with it as well. So
that's great.
So it's that when you buy a machine, you have to consider that kind of option.